गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसाधनं प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्रयवदो गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ सहस्रपरमा देवी शतमूला शताङ्कुरा सर्वगुं हरतु मे पापं दुर्वादुःस्वप्ननाशिनी काण्डात् काण्डात् प्ररोहन्ति परुषः परी एवानो दूर्वे पृतनुसहस्रेण शतेन च या शतेन पृतनोऽसि सहस्रेण विरोहसि तस्या आदेवीष्टके विधेम हविषा वयम् अश्वक्रान्ते रथक्रान्ते विष्णुक्रान्ते वसुन्धरा शिरसा धारयिष्यामि रक्ष्मस्व मां पदे पदे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्तिः प्रचोदयात् ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे चक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो नन्दिः प्रचोदयात् तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महासेनाय धीमहि तन्नः षण्मुखः प्रचोदयात् ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे सुवर्णपक्षाय धीमहि तन्नो गरुडः प्रचोदयात् ॐ वेदात्मनाय विद्महे हिरण्यगर्भाय धीमहि तन्नो ब्रह्म प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात् ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Om Shri Sai Ram, and welcome to BhajanBliss's flagship show, Friday Night Inspirations, where we bring great minds and great music under one roof. Today, on Friday Night Inspirations, we bring to you our favorite segment, Dharmic Discussions, a fun-filled panel discussion between 3 college students who are putting their heads together to try to figure out what is the truth. But before we go on with the program, let us realize that God is the only existing one. the only entity that is permanent. And so we offer this Sikh Kirtan in praise of that singular divinity. Ik Onkar Satnam Karta Purakh Nirpar Nirvay Akal Murat Ajuni Sebhang Guru Prasad Jap Ad Sach Jugad Sach Hai Bhi Sach Nanak Hosi Bhi Sach. Guru meri puja Guru Govind Guru mera par Brahma Guru Bhagavant Guru meri puja Guru Govind Guru mera par Brahma Guru Bhagavant Guru meri puja Guru Govind Guru mera par Brahma Guru Bhagavant Guru mera Deva Alakh Abhed Guru mera Deva Alakh Adeva Sarva Puja Charan Guru Seva Sarva Puja Charan Guru Seva Guru meri puja Guru Govind Guru mera par Brahma Guru Bhagavant Guru meri puja. Guru ka darshan देख देख जीवा गुरु का दर्शन देख देख जीवा गुरु के चरण तो ही पीवा गुरु मेरा ज्ञान गुरु हृदय ध्यान गुरु मेरा ज्ञान गुरु हृदय ध्यान गुरु गोपाल पुरख भगवान गुरु गोपाल पुरख भगवान गुरु मेरी पूजा गुरु गोविंद गुरु मेरा पार ब्रह्म गुरु भगवंत गुरु का दर्शन ओ गुरु मेरी पूजा गुरु गोविंद गुरु मेरा पार ब्रह्म गुरु भगवंत गुरु भगवंत गुरु भगवंत वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु जी बोल सत्यनाम 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 जी बोलो नित्य नित्य जपिए तेरे नाम जी बोलो सत्यनाम 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 जी बोलो राम 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 जी बोलो राम 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 जी बोलो नित्य नित्य जपिए राम नाम जी बोलो नित्य नित्य जपिए राम नाम जी बोलो कृष्ण 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 जी बोलो नित्य नित्य जपिए कृष्ण नाम जी बोलो गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण गोविंद जय जय। वाहे गुरु जी की खालसा वाहे गुरु जी की फतेह वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु जी कृपा। So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we now move on with our program. We have praised the Lord, which is our Guru, the eternal teacher. And so let us tap in to our hearts, the place where the eternal teacher resides, our beloved Guru, Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Baba. We invoke his blessings as we embark on this journey to answer the question, what is the truth? And so I'd like to bring on my fellow panelists, Brother Siddharth Sai Shivakumar, who is with us joining from Cleveland, Ohio, and Brother Sai Santosh Srinivasan, who joins us from Baltimore, Maryland. Sairam to both of you boys.
Sairam.
Sairam, it's wonderful to be on the broadcast again. This is one of my favorite things to do, is to participate in Dharmic Discussions, and I'm sure Santosh is going to have a blast too.
Yep. Really looking forward to it. Sairam to you and you, Sidhu and Rishi. Really happy to be back on BhajanBliss with another Dharmic Discussions, where we really get to dive deep into what governs our lives and how we can better improve our lives to follow Bhagwan's teachings.
Absolutely. So let's get started. I think this is an interesting time of year to do the Dharmic Discussions. I mean, any time of year obviously is, but I think specifically now, this is a time of year when we, depending on the weather, depending on where you live, either you are having a great time right now or it's not very happy weather. I know that most people are just awaiting spring right now. So in the spirit of coldness in the weather, how do you, the question that kind of came to mind today was, how do you keep your thoughts happy and warm when the weather is cold? Or how do you, how are you able to maintain a spirit of optimism, maybe at a time when things are not particularly going your way? And this is, I think, probably a discussion that could be had at any time, but specifically at a time when, for college students, midterm exams are coming up. Maybe this is, tax season is coming up, so there are a lot of things that you might keep you down. So I just wanted to talk about how are some ways to stay optimistic and stay warm.
Sid,
both physically.
Myself included, just this week we've had really, really cloudy weather here in Philadelphia. And, I was thinking, Swami, when are you going to give us the sun? And, a day or two of cloudy weather seems to be fine, but once you go through an entire week of cloudy weather, you can see it really does take a toll on you. So you're right, this is a very good time to have Dharmic discussions.
Definitely. So, so the first thing, when skies are gray and or cloudy, as you say, when there's not a lot of sunshine, there's not a lot of light outside. So, how do you stay happy? Well, you definitely have to bring the warmth from within. And Swami himself says that real happiness lies within you. So, I wanted to ask you, both of you, what are some experiences you had, or what are some examples you have of bringing happiness out from within yourself?
I'll take that. So happiness from within yourself. Obviously, as Swami has said many times as well, love is one of those emotions that really warms you up. And I think a spirit of satsanga really adds to that warmth, because if you're able to join with like-minded spiritual people, discuss spiritual topics like we are doing right now, which really fills me up with warmth, or to discuss other things like bhajans, or to sing bhajans with others. This type of satsanga, which Swami also emphasizes so much on, I think really is a great pathway to what we are now calling the warmth from inside, because it really fills you up with that kind of energy, and that energy, I feel, is sort of like a spiritual driving force. So
Definitely, I feel exactly the same way. When I'm interacting with other people that are not just like-minded, but are also willing to grow as well. I mean, everybody I think is trying to grow, but some people grow in different ways, and Swami himself has said that there are many different paths to the same summit. So when you find people that are willing to grow in the same way that you are, or are like-minded in that sense, then I'm sure that it's definitely, you know, it is a catalyst for feeling warmth and feeling happiness. So that's a very good point. And talking is I think a great way to do that. When you have good, insightful discussions with people that you love, I mean, we love everybody, of course, but you know, people that really bring you up, bring your spirits up, then I think it's a wonderful way to feel happiness. But I think that even at times when you don't have others to have conversations with, I often feel like I can have a conversation with myself, that I can really have a insightful discussion, like, you know, a dharmic discussion, if you will, like a real one, with myself. And the way that I do that is by tapping into the inner awareness, or inner consciousness, inner energy, whatever you want to call it. And it's not like a, you know, it's not a very ritualistic thing. It's just a matter of listening to the little voice in your head, as you know, as many great spiritual leaders have said. The consciousness that is with you is just a fragment of divinity, and if you harness that, and if you grab hold of that, then it will lead you even in times when you feel like there's no one else to lead you, or nothing else to lead you.
Swami says that we should bloom where we are planted, and he gives the example of American citizens such as Abraham Lincoln, who bloomed, as you said, you mentioned growth. Abraham Lincoln was born into an impoverished family. He was born in a log cabin. But with the support of his mother, he bloomed in that situation and ended up being the President of the United States of America. Likewise, wherever we are, whatever situation in life, whatever situation we may be in, we should accept that as Swami's gift, as God's gift to us. And I think growing and developing that maturity takes a lot of effort. But I think God has put us in the place we are right now for a purpose. And as you mentioned, satsanga, we have been surrounded, and we are so grateful to be surrounded by so many loving people that are giving us so much encouragement and so much love that is pouring into us. And that really beautifully highlights the importance of satsanga.
Definitely, and I think that there's another point that comes along with doing satsanga, and that is that you are acting in the moment. You're living in the moment. So when you sing bhajans, when you are in a conversation that is meaningful and where you feel like you are growing, then you are really living in the moment. And that's where I think true happiness lies. On this show, I talk a lot about my dog, Bhairav. And you know, I love him, but I learn a lot from what he does and how he acts. He truly lives in the moment, and he knows exactly where he is at every single moment. In fact, that's all he knows. He doesn't know anything else. He doesn't know. He can't remember what he ate that morning for breakfast, and he doesn't know what's going to happen tomorrow. For him, every moment is his life, is his existence. And so, Rishi, if you can quickly move over to, you know, put the slide up on the screen. So I wanted to share this little graphic, which is I'm not sure if the graphic is on the screen or not, but this image shows the how I feel that happiness is portrayed, or sorry, that how happiness is derived over time. So there's past, present, and future. And if you are dwelling in the past, then you may often feel depressed, or you may often feel like you're removed, that you are not reachable to other people. And if you're always in the future, you might always feel anxious. You might feel worried. You might not know what is there, what is going to come. You might be fearful. So if you're in the past, you're in depression, and if you're in the future, you're anxious, often. I'm not saying all the time, but often. But if you live in the present, if you truly live in the present, then you are happy. So that's what I think is key. And the ways to do that are discipline, sadhana, and sadhana doesn't have to be spiritual sadhana all the time. We are beings who live in, we are beings who work, and our dharma is often to work. So even when we are working, if we live in the moment and really believe that the work that we're doing right now is the work of God, or that God is acting through us in doing that work, then we will be happy, because we believe in the utility, in the power, in the importance, in the meaning of that work, and therefore we derive happiness from it. But if we're always worrying about the mistakes we made in the past, or how what we're doing now will negatively impact the future, we will never truly be happy. And that's what we can learn from dogs and from animals, I think, is that living in the moment is the truest form of happiness. There is no concept of the impact that this will have on the next moment, but rather you're focused on enjoying this moment that you're living in right now.
I totally agree with you, Sidhu. I think you make a great point with the living in the moment part, and truly how much we can learn from even a being like a dog, is that living in the moment is so very important, and obviously Swami stresses upon it so much. But I think I'd like to link this also to the whole constant integrated awareness part that Swami talks about, and that we can derive happiness from being constantly aware of our thoughts, our words, and our deeds. And as you rightly pointed out, it is a process. It's not something that is instant. So it is a gradual process that moves us closer to constant happiness, if you will. And this constant integrated awareness, if we are able to be conscious and try to modify our thoughts and try to be happy all the time consciously, as science tells us, the more you do something with your conscious mind, it automatically becomes subconscious. So I think that's one sure way we can move it to our subconscious mind. Also, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Swami says that the mind is one of those things that finds it very hard to dwell in the present. It's always either thinking, postulating about the future, or regretting the past, or reflecting upon the past. And although reflection can be a powerful tool, it is important many times to stay in the present and sort of disregard the mind. So yeah, you bring up a great point.
That's a really good point too. I think that the mind is, Swami calls the mind the monkey mind, and he does that for a reason, because a monkey, monkey see, monkey do, and the monkey will wander. So, I mean, that's not to be confused with the other metaphor with animals, but your mind is ready. It's a tool for wandering. It's a tool for curiosity and for traveling through many different lines of thought. So I think the key is, and we talk about this quite a bit, but I think the key is awareness. So it's just as you mentioned, constant integrated awareness. You have to be aware of who you are at any given moment. And Swami just very clearly lays out what that entails. Rishi, if you can put this next graphic up on the screen. So this these are the things that Swami says to watch out for. And there probably are more, but I think that just tackling these is enough of a task. So words, actions, thoughts, character, and heart, that is watch. It's very easy to remember because of the first 5 letters. But I think most of us watch our words and most of us watch our actions. We are good at doing that, and that's because that is conscious, or most of the time it is outward. You can, just as you say, Santosh, the more you practice something, the more subconscious it becomes, but often we unless we are singing a song, we don't practice saying the same things over and over again. So, most of the time we say something, it is conscious, and the same with actions. But the other three, thoughts, character, and heart, are I think what we should focus on if you really want to be happy. You have to, it's not just enough to affirm verbally or act as if you are happy. That is what actors do. But somebody who's really living that life believes it, they think it, it's in their character, and it's in their heart. So that is the core, the essence, I believe, of what Swami says when he means watch your words, watch your actions, watch your thoughts, character, and heart. Is he means not just to be aware of it, but to take hold of it and use it as a tool to deliver yourself happiness. And that's the way to really drive forward each and every day, is live in the moment and pay attention to these things and use them as tools, harness them. So what do you guys think about that?
I'll pass it to Rishi, see what he thinks.
Yeah, Rishi, what do you think?
Swami says that the present is omnipresent, and because we don't really know anything else, right? I mean, only God knows of the past, present, and the future. And so, as Santosh mentioned, this constant integrated awareness that, we are God, we are the divinity, that happiness is latent within us. The issue that we have nowadays is that we go and seek happiness externally, which brings us to many pitfalls. We start relying on bad things, and in this way we start developing bad habits. I'm not saying it's bad to indulge from time to time, but when we become dependent on things is when addictions start popping up. And you guys know what I mean when I say this.
Absolutely, yeah.
But when you say constant integrated awareness, the key buzzword here is constant. So we need to search for a source of happiness that is constant, a source that will never dwindle away, a well that will never run dry.
Great point.
Yeah,
Great
that's
point.
very well said. And Swami has given us, the universe is full of those kinds of oases, I think. So it's a matter of just finding the one that you can latch onto wherever you are. And bhajans and study circle, those kinds of interactions that Swami has provided for us are wonderful ways to do that. But in addition, simply your own heart and your own love can be the provision of that as well. So I was also thinking that once you're aware, and once you latch on to something that gives you that sort of omnipresent appreciation, then it has to spark change, and good awareness will naturally spark change. And not change in the sense that you always have to be moving, but change in the sense that there is, if you are here right now, then you are here to do something. And if you're here to do something, that means you must change something, because life and really every process that we see in the universe, to me, looks like just movement. It's movement from one place to another. It is dynamic processes that things that transform. And so we have to change something about the way that we act, the way that we interact with each other, and what we do in this life, if we want to make something, if we want to improve the lives of others. And Swami and I believe some other great leaders have said things like this. They've said that the change that you make in yourself will blossom into change in your environment. So Gandhi said, be the change that you wish to see in the world. And Swami says that if there's righteousness in the heart, there will be beauty in the character. If there's beauty in the character, there will be harmony in the home. If there's harmony in the home, there will be order in the nation. And when there's order in the nation, there will be peace in the world. So it really starts in the heart and in the character. So that's absolutely the kind of progression that Swami is expecting of us. And he's given us the tools to do that. So we should make use of it and do that.
Totally, Sidhu. I agree with every word you said there. Swami also has mentioned many times that happiness is union with God. So I think that's a key point, that although there are so many distractions in this world, that which gives us true happiness is something that verily unites us with God. And as you mentioned, music is one of those things that really puts you in tune with the divine, especially Sai Bhajans. And we ourselves, I'm sure, have so many experiences where you feel one with the divine during one particular bhajan, or through a whole bhajan session for that matter. So happiness being union with God, the more we're able to experience that, the more we are able to sorry there. The more we are able to practice happiness, the more we are able to see it in our environment and imbibe it. And like you said, it spreads from inside outward. So the more we're able to practice it, the more we spread the happiness. And just like love, it's expansive and goes on to spread to the whole nation and verily the whole world.
Even if we pretend to be happy, even on days when you're really sad, even if you pretend to be happy, you're taking that one step towards getting rid of your sorrows. Swami says, if you pretend to be, you will tend to be. And if you tend to be, you will end up being that which you pretended to be. So, even on sad days, even if you pretend to be happy, you'll end up feeling happy at some point. And this is said by our beloved Lord himself.
That's a very good point. And in addition to that, I was just thinking of, I was walking down the street yesterday, and I saw a woman carrying her, her baby, like down the street from the hospital. And she just had a smile on her face, and it was so affectionate and so contagious. That smile just carried through every single person that she saw that day. Just smiled back at her. And it's not, maybe some people do it out of politeness, and maybe they are pretending, as you say. But the people who smile, as they smile, they will tend to feel happy anyway, because that's our nature. And in biology, I know that the three of us, we have interest in biology and in medicine, but in biology, there's always this concept of form and function, and form fits function. So the smile, the form of the smile meets the functionality of the smile as well. Humans have evolved to have this capability to express emotion, but it goes both ways. The functionality of the smile will invoke the form as well. So if you see somebody smiling, just by the nature of them smiling, you will smile too. And in fact, in recent discoveries in neuroscience, this has been shown to be true. There are neurons called mirror neurons in your brain, and what they do is they activate whenever you see somebody else doing that action. So if you see somebody smiling, these neurons in your brain will activate as if you are smiling yourself, and you will feel it's contagious. You will feel like you have to smile as well.
And this phenomenon of a smile is so powerful. Even if you want to lose weight, they say it's been proven that smiling uses like 47 or some like really large number of facial muscles. So really, if you're smiling all the time, you're basically burning more calories than if you wouldn't be smiling. Even though if it's a minuscule amount, every penny counts here, every calorie counts.
That's a great tip. Yeah, that's a very funny tip to have for. I mean, I'm sure it's true to some degree, but that's a great tip.
And smiling is so powerful. Even when we're singing, Swami has emphasized so much that we should smile when we sing bhajans. For example, let me give an example. If I'm singing the bhajan, Prem se bolo ek baar Sai Ram. Let's say if I'm not smiling, Prem se bolo ek baar Sai Ram. I mean, sure, the tune is there, everything is there. But if I put that smile on my face, it's like adding that extra spice, adds a little extra drop of honey. Prem se bolo ek baar Sai Ram. It makes such a good difference. It makes a huge difference when you smile. And not only are we happy when we smile, and I'm feeling happy right now just talking about smiling. I'm getting super excited. And not only do we feel happy, but God feels happy when we smile too.
Excellent points. I I feel like I often make the mistake of not smiling, either during singing bhajans or even otherwise. I for some reason there seems to be a stigma against smiling, and it's such a simple thing to do. We all have smiled at some point. Of course, we must have smiled, each and every one of us. So we know how to do it. It's like saying that, if you don't want to do the laundry, okay, that's fine. But maybe you haven't learned yet. But once you learn, you know how to do the laundry, and at some point you're going to have to do it. And when you do it, your clothes will be clean, and you'll smell great. So in the same way, everybody has to smile sometime. So why not just smile all the time and wear clean clothes all the time? Wear a clean, happy face and keep your soul happy all the time.
I agree, Sidhu. And smiling always reminds me of a human values song that we used to sing as kids when I was back in Kuwait. Smile, 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 smile the whole day through. Smile, 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 and the world is smiling too. So you bring up a good point, and when you smile, the world smiles back at you because, of course, there's a biological reason for that. But smiling and love is so contagious, and I think we really need to put in more practice into practicing smiling. And like you said, I'd like to add to it by saying there's some sort of stigma, like you said, that smiling isn't professional or formal, and there's always a notion that when you're at a formal meeting or when you're wearing a suit or something and you're in front of esteemed guests, oh, don't smile, but look, serious and professional and all that. But smiling is so cool, if I may say so, and it really spreads. And the moment you smile at somebody, they automatically feel like smiling back at you, and it gives you the same joy and happiness. And the more I think we can smile, we can really brighten up more people's days.
Definitely. And I think that this goes back to another point that you brought up, Santosh, which is that smiling is a form of unity. When you all smile together, when you bring about happiness in others just by smiling, or even doing something that makes somebody happy, then it is a form of unison. It's a form of unity. It incites everybody's, everybody feels the same emotion at the same time, and they all breathe and collectively enjoy whatever's happening, as one unit. So it goes back to the idea of unity as well. So given the idea of unity, and also talking about words, actions, character, those kinds of things, I wanted to bring up an experience that I had when I was in SSE, several years ago. Our SSE guru or teacher asked, "What is truth? How would you define truth?" And many of us said, "Truth is, truth is happy, honesty, or truth is the absence of lies, or truth is being transparent, or even that truth is doing the right thing." But I think the definition that has stuck with me the longest, and in Swami's definition, is truth is unity of thought, word, and deed. Or even more holistically, truth is self-unity. So you cannot be truthful if there's any aspect of yourself which is not, which is not in line with everything else. So you cannot say truthfully anything or do truthfully anything if there's even a single thought in your head that is, that contradicts that action or that thought or that word, whatever you had said. So, and also, unity is a source of truth, but truth begets unity. When people together are truthful with each other, then it inspires a sense of unity amongst everybody. that's what good teams and good team leaders do, is that not only do they make everybody feel good, but they also inspire a feeling of truthfulness amongst everybody. And that's what good teams do. They are truthful. They're transparent to one another, and they're able to share without any sort of bias what they feel.
I agree, and this sense of happiness can definitely be projected into teamwork and daily interactions, because the more we are happy and truthful with each other, the more stuff we get done, if I may say so, the more productive you are, and really truth and happiness begets really healthy and good relationships, because you're able to be truthful with one person, they are automatically truthful with you, and as you reciprocate this, your relationship gets stronger, and you really are able to move towards God with that kind of truth. And I think truth and happiness, although we think of them as different things, are truly very similar, because if happiness is union with God, and we say God is nothing but truth, obviously there has to be some similarity there. So I do think they're very similar, and one begets the other. So if we're able to practice happiness, we automatically feel like being truthful, and propagate this truth throughout our lives. Sorry. At the same time, if we are truthful with one another, we are more likely to be happy with one another.
Yeah, absolutely. They're interrelated and maybe even almost the same thing. So to illustrate this point, there's a little game that I was briefly I briefly taught an SSC class, and I played this game with the kids there, and they loved it. So I think with both of you, Santosh and Rishi, will play a little game. It's a game called it's a game called Friend or Foe. Rishi, if you want to put the slide up on the screen. So this is your prize. It's a laddu. It's a beautiful bundi laddu. I know Santosh loves laddus, and Rishi too. But this is your prize. And the rules of the game are very simple.
Okay.
So what I want you to do is, if you have a sheet of paper handy and a pen or something, just get one and listen to these rules. So on the sheet of paper, you can write one of two things. You can either write friend or you can write foe, like enemy. So do you want to be friends with each other, or do you want to be enemies with each other? Now, here are the three situations that can arise from this. The first one is that you both pick friend. Now, if you both wrote down friend, then you split the bundi laddu half and half, which is great. You each get to have half of it. But if you're feeling greedy and you really want the whole laddu, then you can write foe. And if you write foe and the other person writes friend, well, they're just too generous and they gave you the whole laddu and you get the whole thing. But here's the catch. If you both write foe, then neither of you get anything. So nobody wins. So those are the three conditions. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. Just write down whatever you think, whatever you want to do, and let's see what happens. Santosh is deciding. Okay. Wait, Rishi, 1 second. Santosh is still choosing what to do.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Reveal your choices. Rishi, what did you pick? Rishi chose friend. Okay. Santosh, what did you pick?
Me too.
You picked friend too? Okay, great. So both of you get half of the laddu. But when you play, I mean, this is, between you and the two of you, this is a pretty simple game. And I'm sure both of you would pick friend because neither one of you wants to reveal you're very greedy for laddus. So I understand. But if one of you had chosen foe, then what does it say about how you work as a team? And I know this is a really simplistic game, but when you're working in a team with many different people, or when you're working, when you are together with a group of people, then how do you ensure that everybody is working towards a similar goal? And how do you ensure that nobody gets shortchanged or nobody feels that that somebody else has wronged them? And the way to do this, I believe, is to just unify and have a similar goal. Be truthful and everybody say what it is that they want, and that you work together in order to ensure that everybody achieves that.
I think good point, Sidhu. I think trust is a big factor in this particular game because you can either have the trust in your friend that they will say friend so that even if you say foe, you'll still get the laddu, or you can have that sense of mutual trust and say, you know what, I'd like him also to have one part of that laddu. And to share in the happiness and sweetness of eating that laddu. Therefore, I trust that he will say, friend, I will also do the same so that we can both partake of the laddu and spread the happiness.
I think the only reason I picked friend, I mean, Santosh, I mean, we're pretty good friends, but the reason I picked friend was I did not want to risk a single chance of me not getting the laddu because I love laddus so much. But I will tell you this. There is this Gujarati dish named ponk.
Wonderful.
This is a the three of us have been talking a lot about this dish with amongst us and our friends. But I bet you if that laddu instead was a bowl of ponk, I would definitely put pho because I would really want it. I would want the whole bowl.
Totally agree. Totally.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point. It's a very funny name of a dish. I will admit that. Yeah, that's a very good point. Sometimes you don't want something, and sometimes it's not that you're greedy, but rather that when you work with other people, sometimes there's things you don't want to do. And I'm guilty of this. I do research with many on a team with many people, and sometimes I'm inclined to say that, oh, I'm busy, or I'm tired, or I can't make it. When in reality, I'm not tired, I'm not busy. I could easily come and help, but I just don't really want to. I'm feeling lazy. So it is in that sort of sense too. There is trust not only that you will share, and the slide that I have right now demonstrates that, but not only that you will share in the benefits, but also that you will share in the work that has to be done and the effort that has to be put forward, or maybe some of the negative side effects or other things that come about. And if you remember that everything is a gift from God, even ponk, even the things that perhaps you're not a big fan of, if you remember that everything is a gift and everything is a blessing, then that is real truth. That is real appreciation and awareness of God in everything. And that's what Swami has told us. Constant integrated awareness is to be aware of divinity in everything. Not just to be aware that there is divinity, but be aware that every single thing, every single being and action and word in this universe is divine because it is a product of divine spirit. And if you are aware of that, then you'll eat anything that's given to you with love. You'll eat anything that's given to you, even ponk.
Yeah, totally. And one example of that is Mirabai, who was able to drink poison and nothing happened to her because she saw Krishna and everything, and she saw God and everything. And like you so rightly said, I think if we're able to see God in everything and practice this constant integrated awareness, we are automatically happy. And because they're so interrelated, if we're able to be happy, obviously, like we said so many times, it spreads and is expansive. And just like the nice slide that you've just put up, Sidhu and Rishi, that life is truly a wheel. And if we can keep happiness at the center of that wheel, it'll automatically lead us to God. And I think happiness is really a huge key to getting to that truth, that Sat, that God, which is called by so many different names. And I think that's a good transition to talk about how do we get this happiness? How do we move towards this goal? And one huge factor or one huge step we can take is, I think, service. And service and seva really allows you to give happiness, receive happiness, and dwell in that happiness.
And I think service is very important. And before serving others, I think it's also important to serve oneself. And I think by doing things like namasmarana, you're really serving yourself, feeding yourself healthy food. You know, like we had this whole debate over the laddu and the punk. And I mean, I'm sure, you know, even food is another way to derive happiness if it's done in the right context. We sang a Sikh kirtan at the beginning of today's broadcast, and in gurdwaras, which is the house of worship for Sikhs, they have this concept of langar. And if you ever happen to go to a gurudwara, they always have food. A full meal is served every time you go, and because they believe that eating together draws the community together. As you know, that common adage goes, a family that eats together, family that prays together, stays together. And so even though we may sometimes downplay food as something that's very mundane and worldly, even food can bring people together if done in the right way with satsanga. For example, in Gujarat, we have this festival called Uttarayanam, which coincides with Sankranti. And on the day of Sankranti, many people come together to eat undhiyu, which is a savory dish made of potatoes and eggplant and banana. Very, very good dish, one of my favorites. You know, one of our viewers here likes to call it unnidhi, as a little Telugu mashup. But like I'm saying, you know, even food can be used as a way to unify people, and even can be a catalyst for unity.
That's a really good point. And one of the keys to that is that you do it in the right way. So if you look at the slide that's on the screen, this is in Buddhism. This wheel that Santosh also alluded to is the Noble Eightfold Path, and these are the things that we must do if we want to, you know, in Buddhist belief, they say this is what we must do in order to achieve nirvana, or enlightenment, or salvation, liberation, moksha, whatever you want to call it. But these are the paths that you must take, you know, in order to achieve that. And part of this is right action, right livelihood, right effort. These are the things that we kind of may dismiss as being not spiritual or not part of learning or growth. But in fact, the mundane things we do each and every day are probably the greatest test of our spirituality and our growth, because we do them in arenas or in places where we don't expect to learn something spiritual. You know, when you go to class or when you go to work, when you're cooking in the kitchen, even when you're going to sleep in bed, each and every one of those things may not feel like a particularly great learning experience. But the thing is that those are all opportunities to do service to oneself, as Rishi so rightly pointed out. They're opportunities to offer that action to God and surrender it to God and say, I am not the doer. God, please do this action through me and do it in the right way. Let me do it, let me do it with the right view, the right intention, speech, action, livelihood, effort, concentration, and mindfulness. And those are the 8 things that in Buddhist belief they say you must do to be noble and to do the right thing and be on the right path.
Yeah, totally agree. And it's a nice coincidence because at my college, this semester has been themed the mindfulness semester, and we have many different speakers and eminent personalities coming in to talk about what mindfulness is. And I think we really don't differentiate, and we make the mistake of putting mindfulness and meditation together, although they are inherently different. Mindfulness is being mindful and constantly aware, like Swami says, of everything you're doing, every thought that crosses your mind, every word you utter. And meditation is verily sinking into that silence, into that godliness, and into our Atma within, and truly connecting with God. And although it is possible to meditate while doing our own mundane actions of every day, that's advanced. And I think we could stick to practical matters here and say that it's important to me to be mindful, and that really helps us on the spiritual path. And talking about mindfulness and meditation, music verily is meditation. So it's a very powerful tool that we can use to exhibit and to interact with the divinity within us.
Absolutely, I couldn't have said it better. Music for me, and for all of us, especially us, because we are musically inclined, we play instruments and we sing, is a way to unite ourselves with the latent divinity in us. And it is, and it's not even our action. When you sing, your voice is an instrument, but you are also an instrument of the divine will. So I think that in that spirit, and keeping in mind all the things we've talked about today, unity, truth, awareness, optimism, warmth, all of those things, and even service, keeping all of that in mind, bhajans themselves are service to the divine Lord and also to ourselves. So let's indulge in a little bit of melodious bhajans, and I'm sure we'll all thoroughly enjoy that. So
Yes.
I'd like to thank everybody I'd like to thank Rishi and Santosh for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you.
Yes, and definitely bhajans are a very good form of service. And the reason is Swami says that the lead singer in bhajans acts as a conduit for the prayers of everybody sitting in the congregation. So here we'll be doing bhajans live over the airways for the listening pleasure of our beloved Lord. But we request that there's a reason why you don't hear chorus singing in the BhajanBliss bhajan broadcasts, and that is because we would like all of you to join in and sing the chorus, because that is the beauty of bhajans. Singing, everybody coming together is the beauty of bhajans, and singing together. This unity that we built through singing together, through eating together, through singing together, through praising the Lord together. It is a very strong and very good catalyst for unity. And so that is why we are going to practice a few bhajans now. We're going to indulge ourselves in that sweet, melodious name. Any closing thoughts, brothers?
No, thank you all for this opportunity. I thoroughly enjoyed Dharmic Discussions, and I hope we can continue to indulge ourselves not only in bhajans but also in such productive discussion on how we can continue to practice Bhagwan's teachings in our lives and to continue on the spiritual path. Jai Sai Ram.
Very well put, Santosh, and I believe the same. I'm looking forward to seeing how our conversation today will manifest itself in the days to come for me and for everybody here listening. So thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. Jai Sai Ram.
प्रथम वंदना गणनाथा प्रथम वंदना गणनाथा गजवदना जय गणनाथा गणनाथा प्रथम वंदना गणनाथा विद्यादायक बुद्धिप्रदायक विद्यादायक बुद्धिप्रदायक विघ्नविनाशक विनायक विघ्नविनाशक विनायक सुरमुनिवन्दित विनायक सुरमुनिवन्दित विनायक गजवदना जय गणनाथा गजवदना जय गणनाथा प्रथम वंदना गणनाथा गजवदना जय गणनाथा प्रथम वंदना गणनाथा विद्यादायक बुद्धिप्रदायक विघ्नविनाशक विनायक सुरमुनिवन्दित विनायक सुरमुनिवन्दित विनायक गजवदना जय गणनाथा गजवदना जय गणनाथा प्रथम वंदना गणनाथा गुरुदेवाया 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 मम गुरुदेवा साई देवा मम गुरुदेवा साई देवा सदा सखा प्रभु साई गुरुदेवा सदा सखा प्रभु साई गुरुदेवा सत प्रकाशा साई गुरुदेवा सत्य प्रकाशा साई गुरुदेवा दूर न जाना पास ही रहना साई Gurudevaya, Gurudevaya, Gurudevaya. Mama Gurudeva, Sai Deva. Sada Sakha Prabhu Sai Gurudeva. Satya Prakasha Sai Gurudeva. दूर न जाना पास ही रहना साई गुरुदेवा. दूर न जाना पास ही रहना साई गुरुदेवा. Gurudevaya, Gurudevaya, Gurudevaya. Make your life a rose that blooms silently in the language of fragrance. Make your life a rose that blooms silently in the language of fragrance. Each petal is a good deed done throughout the day. Each petal is a good deed done throughout the day. When your mind is pure and your mind is silent, when your mind is pure and your mind is silent, the voice of God can be heard. The voice of God can be heard. And we offer our roses to Him. And we offer our roses to Him. Make your life a rose that blooms silently in the language of fragrance. Each petal is a good deed done throughout the day. When your mind is pure and your mind is silent, the voice of God can be heard. And we offer our roses to him. And we offer our roses to him. Make your life a rose that blooms silently in the language of fragrance.
केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना
केशवा
केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना
केशवा माधवा देवा मधुसूदना
नेत्रकमलदल अतीव मनोहर
नेत्रकमलदल अतीव मनोहर
नेत्रकमलदल अतीव मनोहर
नेत्रकमलदल अतीव मनोहर
अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर
अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर
अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर
अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधरा
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधरा
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर
माया मानुषा वेश लीलाधर
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर
जय देवा मधुसूदना
जय देवा मधुसूदना
जय देवा मधुसूदना
जय देवा मधुसूदना
केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना
केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना नेत्रकमलदल
अतीव मनोहर
नेत्रकमलदल अतीव मनोहर
अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर
अंतर्यामी प्रभु परमेश्वर
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधरा
माया मानुष वेश लीलाधर
माया मानुषा वेश लीलाधर
जय देवा मधुसूदना
जय देवा मधुसूदना
जय देवा मधुसूदना
देवा मधुसूदना
केशवा माधवा जय देवा मधुसूदना
हर भोलानाथा उमापते शंभो शंकर पशुपते कैलाशवासा चिदम्बरेशा नीलकण्ठा सदाशिवा कैलाशवासा चिदम्बरेशा नीलकण्ठा सदाशिवा भं भं हर हर भोल महेश्वर पार्वती रमणा सदाशिवा भं भं हर हर भोला महेश्वर पार्वती रमणा सदाशिवा हर भोलानाथ उमापते शंभो शंकर पशुपते कैलाशवासा चिदम्बरेशा नीलकण्ठा सदाशिवा भं भं हर हर भोल महेश्वर पार्वती रमणा सदाशिवा भं भं हर हर भोल महेश्वर पार्वती रमणा सदाशिवा हर भोलानाथा उमापते शंभो शंकर पशुपते चंडी चामुंडी जय वैष्णवी देवी मां चंडी चामुंडी जय वैष्णवी देवी मां महिष संहारिणी मंगलकारिणी जय जय देवी मां महिष संहारिणी मंगल रूपिणी जय जय देवी मां चंडी चामुंडी जय मंगल गौरी मां भव भय हारिणी पशुपति मोहिनी जय जय ललिते मां भव भय हारिणी पशुपति मोहिनी जय जय ललिते मां जगदोद्धारिणी जय भवधारिणी जय जय देवी मां जगदोद्धारिणी जय भवधारिणी जय जय देवी मां त्रिशूलधारिणी त्रिनेत्रधारिणी जय जय दुर्गे मां जय मां त्रिशूलधारी त्रिनेत्रधारिणी जय जय दुर्गे चामुण्डी जय वैष्णवी देवी मां महिष संहारिणी मंगल रूपिणी जय महाकाली मां चंडी चामुंडी जय मंगल गौरी मां भव भयहारिणी पशुपति मोहिनी जय जय ललिते मां जगदोधारिणी जय भवधारिणी जय जय देवी मां त्रिशूलधारिणी त्रिनेत्रधारिणी जय जय देवी मां त्रिशूलधारिणी त्रिनेत्रधारिणी जय जय देवी मां चंडी चामुंडी जय वैष्णवी देवी मां नारायणा हरि नारायणा हरि नारायणा वेद पारायणा नारायणा हरि नारायणा हरि नारायणा वेद पारायणा शंभो महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो महादेव सदाशिवा शंभो महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो महादेव सदाशिवा नारायणा हरि नारायणा हरि नारायणा वेद पारायणा शंभो महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो महादेव सदाशिवा शंभो महादेव शंभो महादेव शंभो महादेव सदाशिवा नारायणा हरि नारायणा हरि नारायणा वेद पारायणा गंगाधरा हर गंगाधरा हर कैलाशनाथ प्रभु शंकरा गंगाधरा हर गंगाधरा हर कैलाशनाथ प्रभु शंकरा भवनाशा भवबन्ध विमोचना भवनाशा भवबन्ध विमोचना सत्य साई शिव शंकरा सत्य साई शिव शंकरा गंगाधरा हर गंगाधरा हर कैलाशनाथ प्रभु शंकरा
शङ्करा सत्य साई शिव शङ्करा गंगाधरा हर कैलाशनाथ प्रभु शङ्करा भवनाशा भवबन्ध विमोचन सत्य साई शिव शङ्करा बोल बोल सत्य साई शिव शङ्करा गंगाधरा हर कैलाशनाथ प्रभु शङ्करा सुब्रह्मण्यं सुब्रह्मण्यं षण्मुखनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं 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 साईनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं 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 साईनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं शिव 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 सुब्रह्मण्यं हर 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 सुब्रह्मण्यं शिव 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 सुब्रह्मण्यं हर 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 सुब्रह्मण्यं शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यं हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यं शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यं हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यं शिव शरवण भव सुब्रह्मण्यं गुरुचरण भव सुब्रह्मण्यं बोल शिव शरवण भव सुब्रह्मण्यं गुरुचरण भव सुब्रह्मण्यं शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यं हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यं शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यं हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यं 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 षण्मुखनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं 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 साईनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं शिव 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 सुब्रह्मण्यं हर 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 सुब्रह्मण्यं शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यं हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यं शिव शरवण भव सुब्रह्मण्यं गुरुचरण भव सुब्रह्मण्यं शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यं हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यं शिव शिव हर हर सुब्रह्मण्यं हर हर शिव शिव सुब्रह्मण्यं 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 षण्मुखनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं 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 षण्मुखनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं 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 साईनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं ओम ओम सुब्रह्मण्यं जय जय सुब्रह्मण्यं षण्मुखनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं साईनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं जय जय साईनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं 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 षण्मुखनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं बोल बोल सुब्रह्मण्यं सुब्रह्मण्यं षण्मुखनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं ओम साई सुब्रह्मण्यं सुब्रह्मण्यं षण्मुखनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं 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 साईनाथ सुब्रह्मण्यं The Lord of the universe is here. Swami Satya Sai is here. Come to save devotees everywhere. Come to bless his children everywhere. Born in Puttaparthi, the Lord of the universe is here. Calm and tranquil like the moon, shining with divine inner light, filling all with bliss at his side. He is always serving those in need, answering the prayers of devotees, giving grace to you and me. The Lord of the universe is here. Sai, you are Guru, God and Self. Mother, you are everything to us. Father, you are everything to us. You are the divine primal energy, manifest as all that we ever see. You are the one reality. The Lord of the universe is here. Sai, with the sacred form of Om, universal radiance divine, please accept this offering of mine. The flame of love that burns within my heart, meaning we can never be apart. You and I are ever one. The Lord of the universe is here. Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Jai Sadguru Deva Jai Jai Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana 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 Om Narayana Narayana Om Satya Narayana Narayana Om Sai Narayana Narayana Om. The Lord of the universe is here. Om. Peace, peace, peace. समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु. समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु. समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु. शांति शांति शांति. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की.